I suppose this is a different conceptual style than that of my normal videos, given I will be critiquing a piece of art. So today I will be talking about the band of Montreal and their new single, It's Different for Girls. So before I get into expressing my disappointment for this lyrical retardation, I shall first give a bit of information about the band before I completely poop on it. So, Of Montreal is an experimental and psychedelic rock / indie pop / alt rock / prog rock / glam rock / funk. They've even dabbled into disco and country a few times. I don't fucking know. They are essentially an eclectic clusterfuck of genres, and every album seems to evolve stylistically. Well, almost every album. Frontman Kevin Barnes is a weird-ass motherfucker, heavily influenced by 1960s psychedelic LSD, weed laced with doggy tranquilizers, whatever, chlamydia-ridden bullshit. He dug the bobo, thrusting himself into a lot of glam rock horseshit, with personas like his own version of David Bowie's Ziggly Stardust, known as Georgie fucking Fruit. Well, just Georgie Fruit. Forget the fucking... Anyway, they put out 13 albums, and they're really goddamn motherfucking cocksucking good. Their early shit was real folky, and their subsequent albums were heavily inspired by fuckers like the Beatles and the Kinks and the Bitch Boys. Then they started experimenting with some simply epic psychedelic synth shit on Satanic Panic in My Asshole, the Sunlandic Fuckers, leading up to their most critically acclaimed album, Hissing Fauna Suck on My Fat Dong, which earned them a Pitchfork-based-ass mother-heckin' music award for new album that's pretty friggin' rad as hail, and goddamn, it's fucking good, and it rocks my socks. Anyway, they put out more funky disco-y bullshit that I didn't really care about because it was fucking gay. But then everything changed for the better when they put out their album Paralytic Stalks, which was real fucking weird and experimental and had a lot of avant-garde instrumentation and lyricism that just really gave me a fucking boner. That fucking amazing album led up to my absolutely favorite fouking in their discography, Lousy with Sylvian Briar. This album is a motherfucking masterpiece of indie folk rock that just totally fucked my ass backwards, forwards. It's just really fucking good! Influence again from the Kinks, a little bit of Dylan, a little bit of Neil Young, but artistically it's its own fucking thing, and I just fucking love it. Obsidian Currents makes me want to jizz all over my own ass. It's like, it's fucking, just listen to it. Just listen to it right now. Just pause this video and listen to it. Go on the Spoofify, go on the Pandoro. Just watch it. Just listen to the thing. Then they came out with Aureate Gloom, which Basim Sabri was a pretty dank-ass track, along with some others, but I don't find myself coming back to that album nearly as much as their others. I've been pretty obsessed with this band and their albums for the past few years now. Even after breaking to listen to different and more experimental acts, I still find myself frequenting their discography. So I suppose that leads us to this new track, this new fucking trick. Instrumentally, it ain't half bad. It seems like they backtracked into a more synthy type sound. Like this could have been off of False Priest, but it ain't bad. I dig it. It's sort of like they went towards a punky progressive rock sound, then made a fucking U-turn and went back to the sound they had a few albums before this, which is fine. It just seems like they're more devolving than evolving. Like, the trend they've had for years is with each album they, try a new stylistic choice. But It sounds good, just a little too familiar than, of Montreal's usual inventive, forward-looking sound. But I suppose if it ain't broke, don't fix it, even though that's a bit of a disappointing attitude. And quite honestly, I'd expect some more pioneering shit from my nigga Kev. Seriously, this shit sounds eerily like a Starfucker song. And let's be honest, Starfucker is the Diet Coke version of Montreal. Or, I guess they just sort of went back to their Funkadelic era. Overall, it doesn't really do a whole lot for me. It sounds good. If there were some decent lyrics over top of it, then I would be far less critical. But yeah. Now on to these abhorrent and, well, frankly, cuckold lyrics. This is some really stupid subpar shit here. So old Kev starts off talking about the differences between the boys and the girls. The first stanza reads,
"It's different for girls, they've got sensitive language, they built miles of defenses, they're not numbed by oppression."
He made 3 completely false assertions here. So old Kev's first assertion is that females have more sensitive language than men do. Well, without getting into politically correct SJW culture, it's all contextual. There's certain situations and certain groups of people you feel more comfortable using harsher and blunter language with. There's just as many dumb broads saying fucking dick every other word as there are men with professions that require a modicum of decorum. It's not disproportionately towards women. Everyone fucking curses. His second assertion is that women build up miles of defenses. Once again, everyone, and I mean every fucking one, has a facade they put up around people they aren't yet comfortable with. Nobody is really themselves until you break through that barrier of initial nervousness and they put their guard down. This is not a disproportionately feminine phenomenon. Assertion number 3. They're not numbed by oppression. Oh boy. Kevin, what man is being oppressed in the Western world, so much so that they're numbed by it? Given women are advantageous in the modern era, and this seems to contradict what your entire song is trying to convey, unless you're saying women handle oppression worse than men do by not being numbed by it, I don't fucking know. It feels as though you're just using buzzwords with no context. I honestly expect better from you, Kevin. Now the second fucking stanza.
For girls, from when they are children, they're depersonalized, aggressively objectified.
So are they oppressed or not oppressed? You're contradicting yourself, you dick. Regardless, from when they're children, really, dude? School systems in the West pander like crazy to girls, so much so that there's an actual fucking problem academically with young males. Go watch Christina Hoffsummer's video on the war on boys. For fuck's sake. Nobody besides the tiny percent of pedophiles there are out there are objectifying little girls, you retard. Even when they grow up, it's not a huge fucking problem. Humans are a very sexual species. We kinda just want to fuck each other. Both sexes do. And sex just happens to be a way to sell things. It's not like we plaster billboards with ugly fat dudes. We happen to like attractive people. This, once again, is not a disproportionately female phenomenon.
They want to make a scene, they want to be adored, and then they want to be left alone. When they get bored with that, it's different for girls.
Yeah, Kevin, that's what we call a bitch. An attention-seeking cunt who lives off of the irrelevant spotlight given to her by equally vapid men. Then she gets bored with that and ignores them to move on to the next dumb dick. Why are you including the small amount of cunty women who do this shit? This fucking song is filled with ridiculous and, to be honest, sexist overgeneralizations.
For girls, they are mercurial creatures, not a masculine dissonance or sexual currency.
For those who don't use the word mercurial in their daily language, it means they're subject to sudden or unpredictable changes of mood or mind. Well, yeah, Kevin, everyone fucking is. This isn't 400 AD. You're not speaking to fucking barbarians, you're speaking to modern Western society. Most of which are millennials, given your target fucking audience. We've known for quite a fucking while now that women are people too, you patronizing fuck.
Though some women are demons, all of them are gods. Though some demons are women, for every one psycho bitch, there's 10,000 aggro pricks. It's different for girls.
All of them are gods. Jesus. Who cut off your fucking balls, Kevin? You used to have them. Really? For every one bitchy cunt, there's 10,000 guys that are just as shitty? I think your numbers may be slightly off there, bud. People in general are vindictive, shitty, vengeful, pugnacious dickheads. This, Kevin, applies to both fucking sexes, not just men.
It's different for girls. They don't spit on the street. They don't piss on the seat. They don't have to size up every person they meet, or create an elite, or poison the game so no one else can compete. They like
Girls spit, girls piss, girls are competitive with each other just like men are, in fact possibly more so due to evolution giving them the urge to put other girls down to make them seem like a more desirable mate. As mentioned before, girls are just as shitty and vindictive as men are. You cuck.
They like chaos and mystery, and they like to combine them. Sometimes they act crazy, but that doesn't define them.
Kevin, this applies to both fucking sexes. Why do you keep making these dumbass generalizations anyway? There are some women that aren't chaotic. There are some women that aren't crazy. There are some women that aren't mysterious. There are some men that are. This song, yet unintentionally, is so fucking sexist with its generalizations.
Different for girls, they're not expected to fight. They're expected to sit and take some lesser man shit, though it don't feel right.
This isn't 1954, dude. In modernity, nobody expects women to be subservient to men. In the West, at least. Muslims are fucking garbage. So the chorus repeats itself, and that's basically it. What the fuck, Kevin? You used to write introspective, intelligent, and compelling shit. Now you turned into fucking Cuckzilla. Here's an idea. How about you treat people like individuals instead of making a song of false generalizations? I have a suggestion for you. Go suck a dick. It might make you feel better since you've obviously lost your own. Faggot.